please see the link in this episode's description for a trailer for an element of Pugilism. And there is a Z-Fest like contest going on, so do with that as you will. I'm a libertarian. I want you to choose what you want to choose.
No, I mean, don't you want people to like us? That's the whole point of it.
I want people to like us for us, not because they feel like...
Because we told them to?
Yeah, we're informing them.
Sure.
And then they can make their own decision.
Well, please click the link and click like.
Thank you.
You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show.
That was sloppy sounding. Mine's already open. I couldn't wait.
Why was yours so foamy, Kyle? What was up with that?
So when I carried things up from where the beer fridge is, I dropped them, some of them, and I'm pretty sure I grabbed one of the ones I dropped that I specifically, put in a different part of the fridge so that I wouldn't grab them, or at least know what I was grabbing.
Oh, I didn't know that could happen to beer.
That any carbonated beverage.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense when I think about it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx Brothers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kirk.
And we're here with Nick Michael. And Nick, we always ask the guest, what of their... you're a multi-hyphenate, would you agree?
Sure.
Why do you scoff at multi-hyphenation?
Because it's so stupid.
Say more about that while I pour this into my cup.
I don't know. It's like everyone wants. It's become one of those things. It's probably started off with good intentions, and then everyone wants to say I'm a multi-hyphenate, and then it becomes diluted, and
everybody's
I did this thing once, and now I'm this thing, and now I'm that makes me a multi-hyphenate. I don't know. So
would you like people to stay to one position?
No. I just if you do multiple things, just say, hey, I'm a this, I'm this, and I'm that. It don't calling a multi-hyphenate is like this elevated term that I think now it's this new thing that people have to
like trying to
pursue
elevate yourself?
Or something. Yeah. Huh. You could just say I'm using examples that I'm not. Like say I'm an actor and I'm a singer and I'm a
Have you ever done karaoke or karaoke as annoying people say it?
Yeah, I have.
When?
Years ago.
Would you do it again?
I've been told I have to.
By who?
Yeah.
My girlfriend.
Roommate girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right. Are we still allowed to call her roommate girlfriend on the show?
Yeah, she refers to herself as roommate.
What?
Talking to her friends. So.
Oh man.
I think that's a different topic.
There's a room, maybe or maybe not. There's mating. I don't know. It's not for me to determine. So which of the things? Would you tell the audience? Some of the things you do as related to video production?
I mean, my day job is in corporate video. I shoot, edit, but in the film world, I have shot, edited, and directed and written.
Do you think you're a better writer or director? And then Kirk's going to say the opposite of what you're better at.
Oh, I'm definitely a better writer because I've been doing that since before I had the tools to assemble people to have anything to direct.
I think you're a better director because this is a bait show. It's a bait show. This is the 1 year anniversary special, which everyone knows because they clicked on this going, this is the 1 year anniversary special part 1 where we're going to cover the retrospective. Then we're going to cover some film related topics from the news recently in part 2, and then part 3, forward looking statement as you are the person who came up with the idea for the podcast. Isn't that correct? Give people a little background on where the podcast, you birthed it.
I guess.
You shot it into the world.
Now I'm thinking of the Leaf Man from Men, the movie Men.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Spoilers for Men, which if you haven't watched by now, you're probably not. Wait, have you seen it, Kirk?
I haven't seen it, but...
Explain it to Kirk, because he's not going to watch it.
Oh, you're not going to watch it?
He hates men, though. Kirk's kind of a sexist against men.
So, what's her name?
Misandry.
The actor Jessie Buckley, I think, is the actress, right? She's her husband died. She feels guilty about her husband committing suicide because he's like, if I commit suicide, it's your fault. And then he did. So he jumped out a window. So she goes to this cottage or something out in, where is she?
She's in the middle of nowhere.
It's Ireland or something. It's not Ireland. It's somewhere like that though. And everyone in the town is a man played by the same actor in different makeup and prosthetics, but you can kind of recognize that it's all the same man. And they call it folk horror. Like there's some folk tale that it's building off of.
Isn't that Alex Garland?
It was, yeah. He went from that to Civil War.
I almost bought that the past 2 days because it's on sale.
Civil War or Men?
Civil War. No, I'm not going to buy Men. Like Civil War, I would watch over and over. And if I own it, then maybe my wife will watch it with me someday.
Yeah.
Mrs. Farx, as we all refer to her.
This is a fucking albino avatar, people.
Yeah. We're going to make right in between episodes 1 and 2 as to what movie you think we have on in the background.
Okay.
Without saying the title? Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to say the title. You know, because you looked. But, so when you busted and created this podcast, what was the genesis of that?
I'd had a couple drinks.
This was during the day, I thought.
That doesn't rule anything out.
Okay.
I'm like, well, because we were always like arguing about shit anyway. Like, it's just like, why don't we just record it?
Why don't we record our arguments? Kirk, how do you feel about that?
I like it. Yeah, might as well make content, as they say, right? I know you don't like the word content, right, Kyle?
I don't know. I heard someone the other. Oh, I was listening to the Filmcast, and they were talking about something on the Apple Vision Pro, and it's like when new things drop that are like those 3D-scopic, whatever you call it, where you have the Apple Vision Pro on, because there's a Metallica concert that just dropped, so you can, and it's only 3 songs deep, and I'm sure Metallica is getting $10 million for each one of them, and like, because I watched the documentary Some Kind of Monster, and it really made me not a Metallica fan, even though I wasn't already, because they're like very corporate-y, I feel, in how they want their music. Anyways, sorry Metallica fans if I'm pissing you off. I truly don't care. But like someone was referring to like this concert as, well, what do you call that? It's not a movie. It's only 3 songs.
Oh yeah, so it's an experience.
Yes. Okay. We're creating experiences.
And that content.
Well, I mean, there's been a content festival that effort was put into by all of the bros sitting here, so I understand
the live event. Yeah.
I mean, now even a fucking like, just a PDF or brochure online is called an experience. So like, so why I would imagine like a 3-song opening set could be called an experience.
Yeah, so creating content, and I think what I've gotten out of doing the podcast, just since this is the retrospective section, is putting out...
Let's say it 3 more times, Kyle.
The retrospective content piece, a segment. We don't call them episodes.
Yeah, we call it segments.
Do you want to explain the big change since...
I think at the time, when we started doing interviews, it was just 3 parts of the interview, right?
Because that one went way long, and we knew it was probably going to go long.
Yeah. So then we decided to cut it up to 3 parts. 1 part being the interview, the second being non-spoilers for debate on a movie, and then the third being the spoilers for that debate for that movie, the same movie.
But you were there for that interview. It's just that interview went long, and
which one?
The Chelsea Knight interview, which is still on Spotify. Part 1 is still the number 1 listened to episode across Spotify and Apple, but on YouTube our number 1 episode is the Terrifier Bone Us we did. It's got like 100 views on YouTube, and I do not understand.
More horror movies,
I probably shouldn't say the numbers, but
more horror movies maybe.
There is an avid horror fan base out there. But, I mean, Nick didn't see the monkey. You and I saw it. I don't know what the debate would be around it. I guess you could do monkey versus long legs.
No, you could debate the movie on its own merit. I mean, it's based off a short film, right?
No, it's based off a short story by Stephen King.
Short story, yeah. Sorry,
short story. I mean, it's all content, right?
Yeah.
Are books content now?
I guess. They're experiences.
I know I experience books.
I take a shot for every time we say experience.
I don't know if I have enough for a shot every time, but I'll take a sip of something. Obviously, we never drink on the podcast. I was
talking to the audience, yeah.
Oh, yeah, please, audience, get wasted. Especially if you're at work right now. You work from home. I guess what I'm trying to say is that having to put out episodes on it, like we've got 90 pieces out there now.
Yeah, definitely 90. I saw on the podcast app.
Yeah, and having to put out 90 pieces of something and market it has been like, I think about how much work we've put into 7 minutes of a short film, and getting like 100 people to watch that is, oh my gosh. And you can, make stuff and hope the algorithm gods bless you. And I know we know people who, oh, wait, look at ours. It hit 1 million views,
Yeah, some people get lucky, I think.
How would you describe?
Nick is making a different gesture.
Does it pick up the wind of my hand stroking the mic?
See, this is why you.
No, I don't think.
Does this work?
Yeah.
That works?
I don't think the audience can like that, though.
Okay. Hey, audience, just imagine what this is.
I don't have the fuzzy thing on mine. So
Wait, do you hear his?
I hear it, yeah.
Oh, excellent. For some people, that's ASMR, and I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
Have you listened to an episode of this podcast yet that you conceived?
No.
I mean, he used to edit it, right?
Well, I mean, other than you when I was editing it, yeah.
But you never listened to it. You used like a program, right? Where like you could just like look at the wave file and.
No, I listened to it just to make sure like the stuff I was doing, each individual track was doing what I hoped it was doing.
Oh, sure.
And then skip through and like made sure that it stayed the same. I don't know. Waveforms were they, just basic stuff. Yeah. But I didn't sit and listen all the way through.
Contrast that with how you do it, Kirk.
Yeah, you probably do.
I am manually editing the entire thing.
So because you are the thing the shortcut I was always trying to find was muting the other tracks of everyone who's not speaking at any given moment and isolating that. And I tried to dabble with a couple tools that almost got there, like I was telling you about offline. But you're doing that manually.
Yeah, so I listen. I don't listen to it the way through. I edit as I listen. So whenever there's a pause or I cut that out.
Yeah.
And then I listen to the whole thing. Yeah, it works, I think. I mean, I've gotten faster at it, so yeah, I think I'm getting better. What? Yeah, they cut that out.
Are you really though? Like, what if the audience wants a fresh every now and again?
If I cut it too early, it may not sound natural, so I'm gonna leave it in because it doesn't break the chain of thought that the person who's speaking has. But if there's a big pause and then I'm gonna cut that whole thing out.
So I'm curious, Kirk, how you feel since you've been here for the guest time, which has been of the year we've been doing this, about half of it has been with guests. What, if anything, positive are you getting out of it?
I think everybody's story. I don't think we've had a guest had a similar story. I think everybody had their own touch. I didn't feel like it was similar to each other, so we always had something new to talk about. We always had a new perspective, for sure. What did you think about it?
Oh, it's been good, because there are people that I know that I wouldn't talk to about themselves that much. Like, Nick's known Brandon longer than I have, and I've known Brandon longer than I've known Nick. And there's a bunch of stuff about Brandon I didn't know, like where he came from, how he got started, because you met him at MCTC, right?
That's true, yeah, between 2009 and 2011. Yeah.
All right, yeah. It's when I was getting out of college and moving here, in fact. Because Brandon and I figured out because he came here and then went to school because his wife is from the TC, as we say.
Not the Minnesota.
Oh, I say that too.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things, too.
The Minnesota?
Yeah, he's been saying that a lot more recently.
Oh, really?
Kevin Pollak says he'll use the definitive article in front of something that makes it seem odd. And I've always been a fan of that. So did we have agendas when we came into the first
not the beginning, I don't think. I mean, we were like the very first one, we were just reiterating an argument we'd already had about Jurassic Park 7.
That's true. And we've seen a preview for it.
We've seen a trailer.
How do you feel?
I mean, I'm still we'll never know what David, is it Leitch or Leitch?
Yeah.
David Leitch's version would have been. We'll never know unless they come back to him for Jurassic Park 8 and he does it. We'll never know. I have to still assume it's more what I would hope for, but I still don't think I'm going to get what I fully hope for. I mean, I still, they claim it's a return to form. It's still, I don't know, they still have to throw in a weird mutant dinosaur that never really existed. They're still barking up that tree. We're definitely not getting more fucking trained raptors.
I hope not.
It doesn't. It looks like they're trying to make raptors scary again instead of just talk to them like a dog that just shit on the floor, which is
don't shit on the floor.
Yeah,
don't shit on the floor. Raptor.
All Chris Pratt had to do was just hold his hand out and
that dog was stopped.
Shake his head, and then the raptor just decides to go eat someone else. It's like, give me a fucking break.
A metaphor I've been using for events in the world is that obviously you wouldn't want someone to shit on the floor, but if you had to choose, you'd rather someone shit, like whatever type of being we're talking about, dog, cat, child, full-grown adult who's incontinent, you'd rather them shit on hardwood floor, any hard surface versus carpet.
True. Like, so, I mean, I was dog sitting years and years ago for my sister, and the dog got into the garbage and ate like the leftovers of like a chicken, bacon, jalapeno Domino's pizza, and it just destroyed him. So he went down to the basement, which is mostly carpeted.
Oh no.
But it also had a corner, like a square section off to the side that was a dance floor, because my sister had been a dancer.
What kind?
Oh fuck, I don't know the names. Not like a
exotic.
No, not like that. Jazz. Tap, ballet. Whatever. Like, I don't know,
like a professional dancing kind of.
Well,
thing?
like in like high school and college, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Jazz and tap are different. I know that. I think didn't we have someone who danced on
high kick, whatever?
We did, but they didn't specify what kind of dancing they did.
Oh, what a terrible job we did interviewing.
That's your fault.
But the dance floor was these square panels that had a little bit of give to them, and you could tell where the dog had like run around, and there was like a brown and red, because it was kind of bloody spiral in the carpet. Damn, from where it was like running around in circles trying to figure out where to shit.
Wait, it bled?
It had like bloody diarrhea from this pizza that he got into.
Dang.
He was a clever motherfucker. He would get into shit that you wouldn't,
How long did the dog live after this?
Oh, years and years.
Oh, great.
But then ended up doing the big mass in the middle of the dance floor.
Oh.
And like, so he's thinking probably along the same lines as you, hard versus carpet, but he's not thinking about the cracks, and it was in all the cracks in between the.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be hard to get out.
Who did it?
What?
Who got it out?
Oh, I don't know.
You didn't.
No, I told them about it. Like I said, hey, what should I do? And they said, we'll take care of it.
Jeez, okay. Didn't it smell?
Not really. No, strangely.
It must have been that pizza. Cover the scent.
Yeah, you would prefer. That's why I don't get why fucking grocery stores insist on being like the bougie ones insist on being carpeted. Like your Kowalski's, Lund's. I don't know about Whole Foods because I don't.
Kowalski's. I never see a carpeted floor.
Oh, really?
The one by Southdale, I think, has carpeted sections.
Oh, okay.
I go there.
Is it Kowalski's or the Whole Foods? Because I only know about the Whole Foods that's by Southdale. But
there's a Kowalski's.
There's a Kowalski's too.
And our listeners overseas that we have a percentage of.
Nice. Thank you for listening.
We're upper Midwest filmmakers who debate movie-related topics, and you're listening to a retrospective.
Did you just want to reintroduce the show?
It's like my favorite thing to do. My absolute.
Yeah, one thing that's changed is Kyle has stopped reintroducing the show, which I appreciate. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
At what point?
When you guys were recording, he would reintroduce the show in the middle of the show. Like, please stop reintroducing the show.
So one of the things we got rid of were the AI images that we were concocting.
Oh, that's right.
Because colleagues within the local industry, I understand why it's divisive, and I do think the pictures are better for marketing purposes. I saw that person and they were on the show, and I guess AI images bad, but somebody give the argument for why AI images are bad, and I'll try to think of a counter.
Why they are bad?
Yeah, like it's bad because it's stealing other people's art.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. It's stealing other people's artwork. It doesn't understand the difference between it's essentially AI is just collecting everything. It's grabbing everything at the same time and using whatever it wants, whatever it needs, without considering, I'm stealing some person's art. That's the main issue, is it?
I think that's a big issue. Like if we could, how different would it be if we could know for sure? And this would be hard to ever like know this for sure, for real, and really trust it. But like that, there was no training done with artwork that hadn't been without consent, right? If you could ever verify that, how big of a difference would it make? Because then at that point you're getting rid of the copyright gray area, where it's like, well, it's not really the same as copyright. But I see the other side of the argument too, where it's like when you're dealing with copyright, what do they usually say? It's like the same. It's like the same reason you can get away with using it in like a parody or satire. It's like it devalues when they argue for copyright, it's like it devalues the creator's actual product. Like
the intellectual property is devalued.
So if you took a whole song and put it just on YouTube and you were making money off it while taking away money that theoretically they could be making with their. I see that argument still too. Like especially if they're using AI to like emulate people's styles. It's like now you don't need this artist to really do it. AI will just make their style. So I can see that part of the argument of why, even though it's not a cut and dry like copyright issue in the same sense as like burning a DVD and like selling copies of it yourself. It's not the same thing as that.
Which has happened ever since it was happening when there were tapes.
Oh yeah. Tapes, but like selling, like theoretically, if you were caught selling them, you would get in trouble. That was against the law.
Unless you're in a country that does not care about U.S. copyright law.
That's true. Yeah, no, but here yes. You would.
How much money are you making in that other country selling copyrighted music? I doubt it's that much, right?
I'm sure there's people who make livings in countries or make enough for it to be worth
quote
it.
Unquote. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but other countries' laws or lack thereof aside, I think looking at what laws we have here, like that would be illegal to like just duplicate a movie and sell copy. Like even you can't blow up a movie screen in your backyard and charge people admission to watch the DVD. Project the DVD onto the blow up movie screen. Right. You can't do that. It's like
you can if you pay a licensing fee. But then you're doing it the right way.
But that is the thing, yeah, licensing thing. So like that's what people I think are getting at. Like, well, like pay a license, basically pay the equivalent of a licensing fee if you're going to. I think that is how it should be. Like if you're going to use it, the argument's like, well, it's a new technology, it's moving too fast. Well, like, okay, but you can, it doesn't mean you, just because a bunch of stuff got scraped already to train AI doesn't mean you never make any rules about it. Have a licensing fee. The end user agreement says you can buy this DVD, you can watch it yourself, but you can't screen it and exhibit it for profit. You're agreeing to that you're agreeing to that end user agreement when you buy the DVD.
There's also a rule that you're not allowed to like have a certain number of people for free over and watch it theoretically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you're like limited to, and just Google this or use AI to figure this answer out. But I think there's in the U.S. like you're limited to like 2 or 3 dozen people like that. What you could fit in your living room kind of thing is your limit. And
okay, well, yeah, I mean, and I think it would be silly to like have someone actually have resources used to actually patrol that and like I get it. I get the law. Where's the line between now you're exhibiting it, but it's still based on the same foundation of like it devalues the product by, if you can now offer it for free to everyone, now that product's less valuable to all those people who came and watched it in your living room.
The past like 5-10 minutes when Kirk was smiling, I don't know what he was thinking, but I was thinking about this early knockoff of Mickey I saw where they put a monkey.
Oh, Mickey 17?
No, Mickey Mouse.
Mouse?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. This was before Steamboat Willie became part of the
public domain.
Yeah. So it was a monkey, and I think this is like the 60s or something. And they had the monkey running around in a little Mickey suit, chasing someone. I can't remember where I saw this. If it was like a TikTok or I don't use TikTok, but it might have been like an Instagram reel or something. It was like, this is why Disney is so hard on copyright. But my counter argument is still going to be like Napster just devalued all music and has continued to, and Spotify, only the top 1% are making.
Yeah.
Wait, but are you arguing in pros for AI artwork?
I'm arguing that it is inevitable and like you can't. It's like, you're arguing for the. Well, I breed horses. And it's like, yeah, but fucking Ford made a car, and as long as you like black, people are gonna go with cars.
Difference is, I could also make a car. I can make a car if I wanted to. It probably won't be good.
Let me tell you something, brother. You cannot make a car unless it's with Legos or
I know,
Kinects.
but I think that's the argument here. AI will take everything on the internet and use every artwork. Use every sound, everything. Nothing is essentially original. Nothing. What line do we draw for copyright? Like, if it's so little, the snippet, like an 8-second soundbite of a song, like at what point do we stop?
That's how Beyonce has 30 writers on a song, is because because of the sampling they do.
Yeah, but I'm sure she doesn't use AI though.
But that's the thing though, and when they do sampling like that, they do have to pay for it.
Yes.
And when they haven't exactly sampled something, that they've accidentally gotten close and they get sued.
Like when Marvin Gaye sued Blurred Lines.
I vaguely remember that, but like
Marvin Gaye, he's been dead for a while
because his dad killed him.
His dad killed him?
His dad shot him.
Dang,
Marvin Gaye's dad?
Pretty sure.
Did you misunderstand Let's Get It On?
No, I think it was, I think...
Let me get a joke about death, Kyle.
No, I think, I don't know. There was a domestic dispute.
Wait, are you referring, so Kirk said, repeat what you said, please?
Let's not make a joke about death. I was referring to our writing group.
So just to update the audience, because I know that they care. You finished a feature screenplay, right?
Oh, I mean polishing. I mean I don't call it finished until I'm like not typing anymore.
A writer, yes.
But yes,
it's never done. It's just taken away from you.
Oh, I will point out that is one thing that has changed about the podcast. We don't do a lot more business talk. We mostly just have guests on, and we don't ask about how the business side is going as much.
It comes up incidentally, but that's we run the business meeting before or after or over chat all week to each other, and we have regular meetings going on with other folks to push projects forward. Because I don't know if we told you, but we finished a feature as well recently. Well, a first draft, and we're probably going to be rewriting it through the end of the year if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Like you're going to, am I correct? Because obviously we've had a conversation before you came on today. You're going to be rewriting till next month, correct? It's March now, and this will come out probably in April, or I don't know when this is going to come out.
Yeah, I've got an April 15th competition deadline that I would basically just run out the clock and do whatever I can with it punched up until then. But because if I'm already paying the extra $10 versus submitting on March 15th, then might as well.
Sure. What's changed since like the end of the year? Did you have like it most of the way done? That third act.
Well, yeah. So there are stages where it's like I was tooling around with the third act a lot, and it was all about the third act. I got to then the climax. I realized
when you busted.
Yeah, that climax. Yep. And trying to like info dump without info dumping. You know what I mean? Trying to work it in where it doesn't feel like you're just talking and revealing things that I'm like, well, that made me realize, well, there's stuff in here. This is more convoluted than it has to be. This is stuff that was kind of tightly woven in to everything else leading up to it. So when I made the decision to like simplify it, meaning like 2 whole characters gone, like big changes, and then trying to patch up the gap, the void left by that stuff. It was not till getting to the climax where it's like, now that I have to explain everything that happened without seeming like I'm just explaining stuff or info dumping, that makes me realize how, this didn't have to be that convoluted. So then the biggest change of the whole process was following that.
How do you remove 2 characters? That's a lot of removal, don't you think?
It was no, it was like okay, this person's role, both these characters' roles are complicating things. Like they're there for a reason, but you don't need to have these characters serve these roles because these characters serving these roles. And I'm just trying to like not go into specifics for to avoid spoilers, but like you could swap these out with other. You could take them out and like what they're doing and have some cracks to fill, but then make it less convoluted.
Like and a dog shitting on your sister's floor.
Yeah, clean out the crack. Yep.
Great callback.
And also that would help with the length issue too. So
wait, how long?
How long is it?
6 inches.
Perfect.
If you get rid of 4.
No, it's like 140.
What?
Ish? Yeah.
Jeez. What are you, the brutalist?
Yeah. So it's like, okay. But there's it's not just changing things. That level of revision is not just changing things within scenes that exist. And some of it's that, but it's like I had to go back to do a V4 of the outline.
V4?
Yeah.
What is V4?
Well, it's like
version.
I got like three versions of the, and each one was just more like they're incremental versions where it's like developing the actual story, but then or just adding some details, but the whole full number, each full like whatever version number was making it more and more specific. Yeah, I mean, so that's been the process.
So when you said V, I couldn't help but think of what our other co-writer told us in a meeting today of how people were mean. You know where I'm going with this? Oh, you don't know?
No, I don't. Yeah.
So think of a V. Make a V with your fingers.
Sure.
I know.
Put your mouth between it. And she was like, that was the worst. Yeah, like, but you did it all like sensitive and soft.
That's how I always do it.
Sensitive and soft. How Nick always does it. Yeah.
Sensitive and.
What does this mean? Something? Is this a new note for something?
It's the licking the pussy, as they call it.
Oh,
yeah.
This is an R-rated podcast. I'm learning.
It's explicit.
It's been explicit since the beginning. You said fuck, and like you're what I still think one of the greatest contributions as the progenitor. I'm not sure I'm using that word correctly. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Is the snap at the beginning of the podcast? Because do you recall where that came from?
The snap?
Yeah, when
that's our theme song.
Oh, the can. Opening the cans. Yeah. I actually, well, I mean, now I'm familiar with that, but I don't remember where it came from.
You like before we started the first one, you're like, wait. You hold up your finger and you go into.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't remember that.
Well, I'm giving you your flowers for that. Krista Dean would like only wrong answers going forward. Some people might go, where have you been, Nick? And do you want to, how would you like to talk about it? I have 3 wrong answers prepared in my head.
3 wrong answers?
So you were on a military tour. You were up in space with those astronauts that Elon had to save.
Yeah.
You were on a missions trip.
Sonny and Butch. It's Sonny and Butch, right?
Studying in what?
Sonny and Butch. The astronauts who are lost in space.
Oh.
Well, not lost, but stuck in space.
We knew where they were.
Yeah, that's why I corrected it. Stuck.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Sonny and Butch because the woman is Sonny, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Did you hear about this where the Boeing sent some astronauts up and they're like, oops, we got to bring the...
Yeah, I've heard about it for a while. They've been up there for a while, right?
Yeah. Longer than 9 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's actually the previous administration didn't want to give... that's been reported, and I know that, that likes... So would you like to give a wrong answer for where you've been?
Give a wrong answer?
Yeah, because yeah.
I was in a well in someone's basement.
Oh, yeah.
Rubbing lotion on my skin.
Ew.
But I'm super moisturized now.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I think that's good for our retrospection. We could dive into the latest topic, new literalism.
The new literalism of film, and maybe with some addendum of our film bros ruining indie film. I think there's also some conversation around like state of the state.
Thank you for listening. For more on JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.